Wow. I want to take it. I want to take it. Oh. That is really awesome.
I think you're hitting it. Got it. Hit.
Where am I going? High?
Just to the right.
Go high?
Yeah.
And I'm like...
You're just a little low.
Try to hit their,
A little low to the right.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
I can't tell if you're hitting it or not. You might be hitting it. It's hard to tell.
No.
See, so I need a bigger camper.
Yeah, I think I know the catball.
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
Somebody hit it.
Oh, right over the top.
Was that Nicole?
So I think what happens, the handle, the wood will be longer. The steel.
Nice.
Yeah, those are good.
That's right on the, yeah, that's right in the money.
You're right on the money.
I think it's just a little hair high. I can't tell.
You gotta make sure you send me all the pictures.
Switch to this thing.
I want more. No, I want more.
On this one?
Yeah, I want more.
This is easy.
This is just a picture.
Pull it back and let it go. There you go. Hello?
All our masterpieces.
I thought that was it.
Bring it down. Treat the big circle like a lollipop on top of that.
Just keep shooting. I'll go get it.
Like that.
They look good.
You better hit it, boy.
That's pretty good.
I'm shooting.
Yeah.
Are you hitting it?
Very close. You're just under it. I think you're just under it.
Thank you.
Alright.
Nice hit.
Hello again. So we're going to do a rundown on my Norinco Chinese made SKS. This is a gun I've had for years, easily 10 years probably. It sits in the safe. I never really use it. I don't take it out much. I picked it up, I paid $100 for it when I was working in a pawn shop, you know, 8-9 years ago, somewhere around there. And when they were nothing, nobody cared, nobody valued it. It was just another SKS. If for those of you that remember those golden days of buying firearms, it was a time when these things were coming in by the crateful. Not necessarily the Chinese ones, but definitely the Yugoslavians, the Russians, all these SKSs are coming in from overseas. You could pick them up for cheap. They weren't considered anything to get worked up about. But I picked it up because it was inexpensive and you know, it's a fun piece to have. It's all numbers matching. I don't know much else about it besides that. It is a Norinco. It is a Chinese built SKS. I can tell you,
Didn't come with the bayonet, right?
No, it didn't come with any other accessories. It didn't come with a cleaning rod or a bayonet.
Is that because it was?
It doesn't have a muzzle flash hider of any sort.
That was because it was probably made for commercial use, right? Not military surplus.
Right. So it could have easily been many of those. Probably just that. But you know, so she's got a shorter stock, overall shorter gun than you see with these with the Eastern Block SKSs, but it's a little more compact. I think it shoots great. We took it out to the range today, and it was performing well. It was keeping a fairly tight group out at 100 yards. It's a comfortable gun to shoot because of the heft and weight to it. It takes the recoil of the 7.62x39 caliber well. It's a good firearm for the time. I can see why they mass produce them and why they utilize it in many militaries throughout the world.
What's the magazine capacity on that?
It's a 10-round magazine in this thing, so it sounds fancy. You do have the option. They make these aftermarket magazines that you can attach to them. You push this thing out from the top, and then you can put a hook on and then rock in type magazines similar to an AK magazine. But they're not very reliable. They don't work very well, and honestly, I think they look kind of silly. In this platform, just leave the 10-round magazine and visit the video that we did on AMD 65s and get yourself that kit and go that direction. But for a fun piece of history that you want to stick into your safe, or maybe you like to keep the progression of block firearms in your inventory in your safe, this is one you'd have to have. Not necessarily the Chinese one, but an SKS somewhere. You'd go from your bolt action, your Norinco, or your Mosin Nagants, to your SKS, to your AKs, and you follow that progression. This is just one of those firearms in the progression of Eastern Communist Bloc country firearms. Very utilitarian, very easy to take apart and clean. It's a simple firearm to understand, a simple firearm to maintenance, and it works. It works well.
Oh, it was ringing the gong at 100 yards.
It does what it needs to do. I mean, to hit a silhouette target at 150 yards, it consistently is plenty for what this rifle would need to perform to do.
Pretty much everybody that was shooting it today was hitting a 8-inch gong at 100 yards. So
yep, shooting an 8-inch gong at 100 yards with this rifle, I think is acceptable.
yeah.
And that's an acceptable accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
So really not much to say about this piece. Besides just getting it out and having some fun with it. It was a good day for us to get some of these firearms out of the safe that haven't been out in years. I probably have not shot this gun in 6-7 years. It's just one of those things that it sits in the back and you have it because you got a good price on it, and it's nice to pull out and look at from time to time. But today we took it out and shot it, and it performed well. So we'll clean it up, stick it back in the safe, and we'll revisit this video when my beard's a little grayer, and we'll see it again in 7 to 10 years.
All right.